What need have I of living servants when the shadows themselves rise up at my command? Thaniel Tirgun, Duchess of War. Some driven or domineering souls seek nothing less than mastery of darkness itself, the ability to turn the very shadows into their agents and allies. These are the masters of shadow, commanders of soldiers as dark and insubstantial as night itself. For those with the force of will to enter their ranks, the very shadows serve at their beck and call. Shadowcasters are the most common masters of shadow, since they can most easily enter the class. Sorcerers, wizards, clerics, and even the occasional druid can multi-class just enough to gain access. However, few martial types do so, because of the demanded specialties that are far removed from combat skills. As you progress as a master of shadow, you gain command of an increasingly powerful dark servant. Your shadow familiar permanently transforms into a medium shadow elemental. It loses all familiar traits, but gains new abilities as your shadow servant. Should your shadow servant die, you can summon a replacement after 24 hours have passed. Your shadow servant cannot travel farther from you than between 40 feet to 130 feet. If it is forcibly separated from you by more than this distance, the servant dissipates instantly, and you must wait 24 hours to summon a new one.
As a standard action, you can focus your affinity with shadow to enhance your shadow servant, granting it one special ability for one round of combat. Your servant can interact with corporea and have fast healing. You can grant your shadow servant a special ability for one round by taking only a move action rather than a standard action. You can choose to use two move actions in the same turn to grant it two abilities. Additional move actions granted by spells, class features, or the like can also be used to further enhance your shadow servant. You can also grant your shadow servant a special ability for one round by taking only a swift action rather than a move action. You can still use move actions to give it additional abilities. Thus, a master of shadow who does nothing else in a round can choose to give his shadow servant three special abilities, using one swift action and two move actions. The shadow in your essence provides resistance to cold, and this resistance increases as you get stronger, until you have immunity to cold damage. You gain new mysteries or spells per day. If your shadow servant dies, you can summon a replacement 10 minutes later eventually, as you get stronger. A master of shadow can shape the essence of his shadow servant, granting it special abilities and qualities. In this way, the master customizes his servant to his needs of the moment.